100% distance race. The hards aren't gonna truly come to life for long enough to make an impact.
Yeah, I agree there, and he's going to be struggling out the start. He's definitely going to lose a position or two before even turn one, I bet. I guess we're going to find out in just a moment. 5 red lights are going to be coming on in a clear skies here at Silverstone. It's going to be lights out and away we go. Looks like NotPop had a brilliant start, immediately remains ahead, and Crispy loses out positions. Pyrex does indeed lose position to Mertman. But we already have a lot of smoke billowing. What is going on? What? There's a lot of dust kicking up for no reason. But we also have some wheel-to-wheel battles going on here. Kermit might be looking for an opportunity to get past Diego. Can't make it just yet. And Fernando, though, gets a little bit close. The Avatari of Solar, they nearly collide. Solar has to remain behind. Gets a little bit close here. Oh, this is incredibly close racing. Almost a little bit too close. But Evernaza manages to remain ahead of Solar for now. Trash gets ahead of Sully, taking advantage of a great opportunity. Gary is now going to look for a move past NotPop. Going into this turn, it's going to be close, but Gary manages to take the lead. NotPop is going to lose position as Spung looks for a chance. Can't make it, though, as he's going to be stuck in the S section now. Meanwhile, Efrenazo, he might get an opportunity to get past Kermit here. He's carrying a bit more momentum. Can't make it through, though. But he might be in danger of getting overtaken by Solar now, who is flying right now. Ronaldo's going to look for an opportunity to get past Kermit here. He loses out on the exit, though. Kermit manages to remain ahead of Evernazo. Luke Layton gets past Lucas for a moment. What has happened? Oh, that is Evernazo with wing damage, it looks like. Yeah, that's a bit of his... that's the left side of his front wing completely gone. What happened?
He just full sent it. Full send, 100%. And paid the price. And actually there's more damage as Mertman hits Esperanza.
Oh, wow. Oh, that's not good for him. Getting a little bit close here. I don't know. Why is he trying to fight like this when he has wing damage? Mertman's under AI now. What? Why is Merman under AI again? That was strange. Solar is looking for an opportunity to get past Luke Layton. Trash gets ahead of Pop. And Sully appears to be on a run of his own. Meanwhile, Blitz gets past Efrenazo. He's now stuck in P16. No, flying in sector 2, the McLaren of Viper has spun out. And we don't have DRS just yet. We'll have it starting on the next lap. But they probably won't have it until... Well, actually, no, they'll be able to get that first run of DRS. Evernaza, though, is going to collect a time penalty now, 3 seconds. And I think he spun out and reset the track. Is he... He's come to a complete stop. What is he doing?
Oh, no.
Meanwhile, around the final corner, Luke Layton and Solar get very close to one another. Solar is looking for a way through, can't make it happen, but now it's going to do for... He's going to attempt to switcheroo here, can't make it happen. He's going to be forced to remain behind the Ferrari of Luke Layton, who is defending very hard. Sully, he's going to get a very good shot to get past NotPop, but NotPop is going to have DRS. It isn't going to make a difference, though, for the Williams driver of Sully. He dives deep into turn 5, and I think it might have been enough. Actually, turn 6, my bad. Turn 5 is the turn just before the DRS zone. Evernazo and Mertman both make their way into the pits to get new front wings. Sully and NotPop are getting pretty close.
We were just talking about NotPop going to his teammate there, Crispy. Earlier on before DRS, he actually made contact with Lucas Tonio. They banged wheels, luckily no damage, so something to keep an eye on if they do get even more aggressive on each other.
Crispy is taking a very aggressive line through the S's. That's allowed him to gain up a bit of ground. Meanwhile, we have a little bit of battling here through this straight. Diego gets ahead to take 5th. Trash is on the heels of Gary and Spug. It's very close to wheel-to-wheel racing throughout. Solar Luke Layton once again side by side going these final 3 corners. Luke Layton manages to come out ahead momentarily, but there's a McLaren now chasing behind. The two of them getting very close, banging wheels a little bit. Crispy and Lucas now going wheel to wheel. Crispy gets ahead into turn one. Luke Layton spins out into the wall. Oh, wow. He barely escapes
How did he see
unscathed. That was a lot of luck and a lot of runoff.
Yeah. Work that me. What a save!
Lucas and Crispy are going wheel to wheel here, and Petit looks to be getting in on this action. You can see him looking for a move on the outside. Can't keep himself alongside, that is. But now he's going to be looking for a new opportunity. He won't be able to find it yet, though. The drivers are keeping very close to one another, though. DRS is still going to make a difference, though. Spunk is going to be in danger of losing position here. Gary's going to get a good run of straight line speed. He's going to be able to challenge for the lead, taking the inside. He manages to get ahead. Evernazzo retires from the session. Did he crash, or did he just retire on track? I'm honestly uncertain. Spunk. Oh. Yeah, Evernazzo, I was about to say he had a very horrific race. He's probably not going to be too pleased about what happened. Trash, he's looking for an opportunity to get past Spunk going into turn one. He's forced to relinquish because he couldn't get fully alongside. Spunk is going to get a new opportunity to retake the lead. He's going to have to watch out. Oh, Lucas gets a time penalty as Kermit gets ahead of Not Pop to take P6. These soft tires are proving to be strong, but Diego's keeping up with them just fine. It's quite interesting to see. Trash is going to send it down the inside of turn 6. Oh, that was a little bit too close to Spunk. I think that was a little bit too late of a send. And they do bang wheels with one another. Thankfully, they appear to be both intact. But now Spunk is going to be sending it on the inside. Trash squeezing him so hard. Barely leaving him enough space. The two banging again. Oh, wow. Trash is, I honestly think Trash is racing too hard. He nearly killed Spunk multiple times there. Spunk is definitely going to be angry as Diego, interesting. Looks like he took the WRC configuration of the track there. Spunk is going to be chasing immediately. He's going to be driving angry now, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Trash, though, he seems to be desperate to hold on to position, though. It's going to be a little bit difficult, though. Yellow flag at center 2. Viper is out. That is probably going to trigger a safety car. Actually, maybe not. He does, according to his indicator, appears to be pretty far off the track. I think he will actually be just fine. There's a safety car, as it is.
There safety car is on. Safety car is on.
Right, safety car is on, but yeah, he's too far off the track. It's not going to be enough. If he was closer to the track, it would probably be a VSC, but it's far enough off that it wouldn't be an obstruction.
Yeah.
Oh, Kermit gets into the gravel a little bit going through turn 8. That is going to slow him down and may leave him vulnerable to Not Pop. Meanwhile, Trash, he's doing his best to close the gap to carry the goat. Can't seem to make it happen just yet. Or perhaps I was wrong. He got a much better exit, and DRS is giving him a massive advantage. Sully and Spunk are both still able to keep within range with Diego. Just, honestly, I doubt he's concerned at all. If he simply keeps up with the soft runners, he's going to be fine. Because in his final stint, he's going to be on softs himself. And well, if he can keep up with the soft runners on the mediums, imagine how quick he's going to be on that soft tire. I do think Diego, at the moment, appears to be the favorite to win.
I mean, also don't rule out Not Pop. He's on the same strategy as Diego and also doing the same, keeping up with the soft runners as well.
Yes, you do have a point there. Not Pop also appears to be quite comfortable on this track. Although we do have a little bit of an obstacle, that obstacle being Kermit. Not will probably want to find a way through soon. And I do think this is starting to become the point where the softs will start to die out. Luke Layton crashes. That is going to be a safety car. Well, looks like the soft runner's just got a free pit stop. They can go in, get mediums onto the end, no problem. Or maybe a better idea to go on hards, but honestly, the medium tire runners are now in a pretty bad spot.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
their entire strategy, their game plan is kind of out the window.
It is. Is this an intro to F1 Manager 22 right there, or not?
It's going to be interesting to see what happens to the pit strategy. Mertman, I guess he did gain position, but Mertman he's just having a disaster of a race. Gary goes in, trash, Sully, Spug. Diego chooses to stay out, interestingly enough. Attacks goes in. The medium runners appear to be staying out. That appears to be their game plan.
Crispy goes in. Crispy goes in. That's the medium runner.
Interesting choice by him. Pyrex going in despite being on hards. Blitz going in, and well, Mertman, yes. Yep, medium tire choices for a lot of them. The top four have yet to pit. All of them staying out. I think they're all just committed on their strategy. The only hope I think they can have is that they can rely on their pace on a fresh set of softs on until the end. That's the only hope I think they can have. But they would need to, in order to make it truly count, they'll need to make these medium tires last a little longer thanks to the safety car and only run a few laps on the softs. And when they do, basically put in quality laps over and over again and get the pace to make up for that lost time. That's essentially the only shot they have. Either that or make a gamble that another safety car will occur and pit then. Those are their only two options, I would say.
I think Crispy's doing that. Look at him. He's on the softs.
What? Interesting choice. Yeah, Crispy is definitely making that gamble. An interesting choice. I mean, he is far down the field, so, you know, as long as you're down there, I mean, he's out of the points anyways. Like I said before, when you're that low, might as well take that risk, you know? I mean, it's not going to make that much of a difference, so, you know, if it pays off, great. Although, those higher up, you know, they can't afford to take that risk. Which does give them a bit of an advantage, although what's interesting is that the skies are starting to darken.
I was just about to bring that up. Is there a chance
we're going to see rain?
Crispy and these, the top four drivers on the medium tires might be onto something. If it comes to a chance of rain here pretty soon, they will be in a good spot, actually.
Actually, I don't think so. Because while they do have track position, they are on 7 lap old mediums compared to the other runners fresh. So they'll be at a pace disadvantage. If they can defend, though, yes, this strategy will certainly pay off. It'll be easier said than done. While we're waiting for the safety car to return, though, I'm going to be right back. And, according to the chat, no rain expected as of right now. So it's just getting a little bit overcast. But cool. We might see rain. I'll be back.
And safety car is going to be in this lap. So we'll see what these medium runners can do. We've heard that there's no rain expected. So maybe the medium runners who stayed out are at a major disadvantage, as all their counterparts will be going to the end, unless your name is FXBR Crispy, who went on to the softs. Looks like Diego's punched it, and we are going green once again.
Okay, I'm back just in time. Oh, wow, here we go. Safety car restart. Diego doesn't get away as well as I think he'd hope. But we'll see how much of an advantage these fresh mediums will be. Gary is going to get a good run of speed. You can see how quickly he is closing the gap. Yellow flag already in Sector 1. Merman has spun out. Well, that's not an ideal restart for him. And he's having a disaster of a race this week in Silverstone. Gary looks like he is just right behind Solar. He's going to look for an opportunity very soon. He's got other fresh runners right behind. So if he can't make his way through soon, he's going to be in a real threat. Crispy already lighting up these softs, taking advantage, taking 11th. His next target is going to be the Red Bull of Coda.
Oh my God!
Lucas! Oh, that might be another safety car.
No, it won't be, since it just came in.
Yeah, you're right. It's too early. Well, actually, I have seen exactly that happen before in another league, FRL. It actually happened to Skidlot. It was lap 1. Skidlot started 3rd. He shot his way into the lead in one of the best race starts I've ever seen in my entire career of commentating. And then crashed in that exact same way as Lucas on lap 2. It was really tragic because he was racing so well up until that point. But Gary, he got ahead of, well, actually didn't get ahead of anybody. Solar, he's under very real threat from Gary. You can see he's just looking for any chance he can get, taking any line he can, really. He just needs to get through. Pyrex has spun out now. He's having to recover. Oh man, he's just having a tough time of it. Meanwhile, Solar's kind of acting like a wall right now. I wouldn't be surprised if that was a little bit of the plan. After all, Solar's teammate is right behind and will be looking for an opportunity to get through. Going through the S section now, yeah, the weather does appear to be getting more and more overcast. I don't know if that's a sign of rain or simply if it's just cloudy. But Solar, he's able to keep up quite well at the moment. I think the driver that's going to be under real threat soon is going to be Not Pop. You can see Diego's already built a gap. Yellow flag up. Mertman has retired. Nah, he's too far off the track for it to be a safety car, though. It's just going to be a yellow flag. And we're going to continue on. DRS is now enabled. That's great news for Solar and Gary and Trash and Soli and pretty much all the other drivers behind. But that is essentially the curtain call for Not Pop. He's already got 3 seconds worth of time penalties. And, well, he's about to lose at least 1 position here unless he can get a very good amount of straight line speed. You can see he's got that ERS lighting up now. It's not going to be enough, though. Solar's going to... Oh, no, never mind. I thought he was about to send it, but he didn't. He's going to look for a better opportunity. But Not Pop is under extreme danger. He has got 3 very rapid cars right behind. One of them might be sending it right now. You can see the Avatari of Solar. He's just looking for any chance to get an opening. He can't find it right now, but he's going to get one in just a moment after this S section. Oh, you can see how much Pop is struggling through the S's. It's slowing down these drivers and increasing Diego's gap. It's exactly what Diego needs. Solar now with another run of DRS. He's going to be tracking Gary right behind. A double overtake. What a move by Gary! He has just managed to pull off a double overtake, and now Pop remains ahead of Solar. Trash is now going to have a go at it into these final 3 corners. Well, an AlphaTauri has gotten ahead of an Alfa Romeo, just not the one you originally expected. Oh, never mind, both Jake and through Not Pop has just lost 3 positions in just a few turns and is about to lose another one to Sully, who manages to pull ahead in a very sneaky overtake to take 5th. Not Pop loses yet another position to Spunk. He's just dropping like a brick right now. Oh, and now his teammate is about to get through. It's getting close. Not Pop has to relinquish position. In just about half a lap, he's dropped from 2nd to 8th.
Yikes. And actually, you were talking about double overtakes. Trash actually did double overtake. He passed his teammate and Not Pop in a corner and a half.
Indeed, he saw Solar and Not Pop running wide, and he just thought, you know what? There's a gap. I'm going to go for it. And he did, and it paid off absolutely brilliantly for him. Now, though, Gary's going to be leading the charge after Diego. The gap is starting to close once again, but it's a little bit of slow going. Maybe not for long, though. Trash immediately blitzes through and manages to steal that position from Gary. That was very sneaky from Trash. He just kind of sent it in out of nowhere. That was a very solid overtake from the AlphaTauri driver. Gary is right behind. Solar is in a very good position himself, I think. The Scuderia is about to bring home a lot of points today. You can still see just how close this field is between 2nd and 9th. Every single driver is under half a second with the exception of Not Pop, but he's still keeping close. This field is so very close. If one of these drivers in front make a mistake, oh, I can only imagine the carnage that would follow. But none of them seem to be having any issues. And this field is going to keep close. DRS train could start to form, though, and that would be a disaster for the lot of them. Spunk is actually getting on Sully here. He might see an opportunity for himself.
And actually, I'm looking at the gap to the leader right now. If Diego pits, he's actually come out behind Pyrex. But only just.
Coda is going to get a run of DRS here. Gary gets back ahead of Trash, and Coda manages to get ahead of Petit to take that final points position. Looks like Gary and Trash are going to be trading for a little while. But they got a little bit of a queue behind them, to put it mildly. There's about 5 or 6 cars, kind of just sitting there impatiently waiting. It's like, hey guys, can you stop fighting? Welp. Commentators curse at its finest, folks. They stopped fighting. Oh, no, Gary just completely lost it. Crispy certainly takes advantage of the situation to take 5th now. Yellow flag in Sector 1. That is a Red Bull of Blitz. Spun out. And Crispy, he spun out as well. Oh. Crispy is out of the race.
Retired on track. I also called that he was retired.
What just happened? All it took was a couple corners, and everything just completely went off. 0 to 100. That was unexpected.
Yeah, we actually have a greeting message, a first-time messenger saying, hello, how are you doing on this fine day? I know I'm doing pretty good. How about you, Mage?
Oh, hang on a second. Solar is battling his teammate here. He takes 2nd place, but it's definitely not day for me anymore. It is very late in the evening. And I'm going to be so sleep deprived in the morning. It's fine though. This is a good race. Sully is actually starting to get on this battle between the 2 AlphaTauri drivers. I wonder though, are they going to continue to fight, or are they going to play the team game and keep Sully behind? Honestly, judging by the way Trash and Solar are racing, team orders are completely non-existent for them. They're just gonna completely send it on one another. Spunk goes into the pits. Looks like he's getting a set of soft tires. Oh, he has to get a new front wing, that's why. Still, now is starting to approach that window for Diego and Solar to make their way into the pits. Not Pop will be doing so as well. I do think they were gambling on a safety car to happen, but it's not going to pay off for them. I think actually the favorite to win at this point is going to be Trash, Soli, or Gary.
Yeah.
Or potentially Kermit if he can catch up. But I don't think Diego or Solar will be winning this simply because, well, they will need to pit again and they're going to lose a whole lot of time. Solar certainly won't be winning this because his teammate is right behind and should easily make it to the end of the race. Speaking of, he's going to send it right now on the outside. He manages to get ahead. Diego continues to stay out. Solar, he also continues to stay out. I do think that both of them, I think they just have one option, really. And that's just to wait and see and hope that a safety car will happen. Otherwise, they're probably going to pit in probably by lap 20 at the latest.
I could see that.
Here we go once again. I think we're going to see another duel between the two AlphaTauris. At the moment, though, Solar might be in a little bit of danger, though. Solar, Gary, and Not Pop are not too far behind. But Not Pop, he's stepping on the time penalty, and he's going to have to pit. Kermit is also keeping up okay as Coda gets ahead of a T to take 8th place. Here we go now. You can see Solar is doing his best to keep up, and it seems to be paying off. Soli and Gary are both going to be right behind. You can see the sheer speed difference here, but looks like Solar can't get past his teammate. But he's still going to do his best. I think Solar's game plan now is probably to keep Soli and Gary behind. I think if they do want to play the team game now, it's in Solar's best interest to start holding up the two of those drivers behind and give Trash a bit of a gap. At the very least, put those two out of DRS range. Petit, he's got a time penalty now, 3 seconds. Right now, it just, I do think Diego, he's going to be able to gain a few positions back. Especially since the gap is building up more and more. He's got about 5.5 seconds, but he's still going to drop down very far. He's going to have to hope he can put in mega pace if he wants to win. It's going to be tough, though. He's going to have to pit very soon, I think, if he wants to make that happen.
I would say this lap.
I would say, yeah, between now and lap 20. Like I said before, lap 20 is the absolute latest, but I would not want to pit on lap 20. He is going to stay out, so it's probably going to be next to lap. However, Solar will probably go in for another, oh, never mind, he's not going to go in for another cut. Solar is just continuing to stick this out. And, well, for those who don't know, in F1, you are required to switch to a different tire set unless there are wet conditions, in which case you can technically do a no-stopper. But in a regular dry race, you're required to use 2 different types of tires. So you need to make at least one stop. Switching from medium to soft, soft to hard, medium to hard, however, whichever combination you want to do. As long as you do some kind of combination of 2 different tire sets, you're fine. Not Pop is not going to exit the pits on a fresh set of softs.
And Spunk
And
also
well, we see where he is
setting
now.
laps.
Oh. Diego is still continuing to pull a gap. He's got about 6.3 seconds now. And honestly, I do think that's what he's trying to do. He does have all this clean air and no traffic, so I think he's trying to make the most of it. By the time he exits the pits, though, if I had to guesstimate, let's take a look at the leader gap, actually, so I won't have to. He's probably going to end up behind Coda. Probably not behind Pyrex, but he's going to be a few seconds off of Coda. Solar is going to get fiercely pressured by Sully here. Going around these final couple corners, Sully, I think he's got the pace to get ahead. He does. He has that speed he needs, and he does manage to get ahead. Gary's now looking for an opportunity to get ahead himself, and also manage to succeed. Well, looks like Solar's tires are completely dead. He needs to pit this lap. Diego's going to be doing the same, most likely.
Good move by Gary there around the outside of turn 1. We don't normally see that too often at this stage of the race.
Indeed, it's a pretty risky move, but Gary clearly had the confidence to make that happen, as well as getting past Sully now to take P3.
I mean, we know that right now, provisionally, with Diego still having to pit, Abstruse is netting the race lead. If Gary can find a way to close up just half a second to get some serious DRS range for a chance to make the overtake happen, I can see Gary possibly winning this race unless we see an insane last few laps from Diego.
He's Sully, well, he could also be in contention. Solar doing his best to keep up, maybe attempt an overtake. He's not going to, though. Diego, he's still staying out?
Huh?
It's lap 1.
So Lars is doing the same?
They're still staying out. What is the game plan here? They had to be pitting this lap, right? I mean, I understand the softs can die out pretty quickly around here, and then they'll be suffering on pace, but I think they could have gotten away with it on lap 20.
Yeah, especially with drivers probably being closer to 16 lap old mediums. Which those are dead.
It's strange. Despite that, though, he's keeping relatively even pace with the car behind him. In fact, he's actually pulling just a little bit more time. I think Diego, he's still trying to pull as much time as he can, but... Oh,
that's the safety car.
That has just
safety
saved
car!
Diego's race. Wow.
Oh.
That has just paid off for Diego and Solar. I would say this, though. For Trash, Gary, Sully, Solar, you know what? This race has just turned from a marathon to a sprint. I'd say it's in all the drivers' best interest, aside from Not Pop and Spunk, to pit for fresh softs. Actually, Not Pop could be in a great position, if not for the fact that he has a time penalty, 3 seconds. But he can still finish in a decent result. But I think all of them have to pit. All of them should, at least.
Oh, yeah. They should pit.
Diego's going to go in. Trash. Yep, he goes into the pits. I think he was considering staying out. Sully stays out. I think that was a poor decision. Because all these cars behind him. I mean, he does have 9 seconds worth of penalties. I think he's just like, well, I might as well take track advantage.
Yeah.
I mean, in his situation, I can kind of understand it, but I think that was a miscalculation from Sully. Pyrex chooses to stay out. Wait, why?
Why?
Why did Pyrex choose to... Why?
What was the point?
Why? Like I said before, when you're that far back, you can get a free pit stop and get away with it. Why didn't he do that?
Well, here's also my question. Why did Not Pop come in on 1 lap old softs?
Wait, why didn't Pop come in?
I get Spunk coming in. His tires are 5 laps old, and he's been putting in fastest laps. But Pop didn't even put in 1 fastest lap attempt, and those were brand spanking new.
Oh my
I mean, I get the whole
gosh.
at the back free pit stop doesn't really hurt you. He stayed ahead of Spunk, but still.
Right. Pyrex only gained a couple positions, and he's going to lose them just as quickly because he's going to have all fresh soft runners right behind him. I mean, like, I'm concerned for Pyrex. I think they may have switched the Ferrari and have strategy teams.
I think we've seen that for a few teams.
Yeah, indeed. Solely. Well, okay, for Petit, he's got a 9-second penalty. Might as well just do this and hope that he has enough time. That's about all he can do. I understand Petit. Solely, though, I think that was a mistake, unless Petit can act as kind of a wall. Now, if that does happen, he'll be saved. It's going to take a bit for the safety car to come in, especially with not Pop and Spunk. They're going to take a long time to catch up. We probably won't be resuming until lap 24, which means we'll have DRS only on the final lap. Wait. Pyrex goes into the pits now and gets a 5-second penalty for speeding the pit lane.
Oh yeah.
Well, I'm in complete and utter disbelief.
Ferrari strategists have moved to Haas, and have also moved to Williams, and maybe even Alfa Romeo.
Pyrex just completely threw away a top 5 result.
Oh yeah.
Like he just threw away a top 5 result and maybe even a points finish.
Arguably his best. I don't know if he has points this season. I could be wrong about that.
Like, I haven't seen a team throw that hard since Ferrari and Monaco. Granted, that was pretty recently, but you know.
Pyrex has 30 points this season, but still, why?
That could have gotten him plenty of points. That was just a very poor strategy call. I mean, I would say, like, maybe he didn't have enough time to go into the pits, but, you know, there were cars ahead of him that went in. He should have been able to go in at the same time, but he didn't.
Yeah.
That was a poor call.
And I'll say this about not coming in. When the safety car came out, Diego didn't even reach Meckett's or Beckett's. So there was plenty of time for everyone to come into the pits. I think the only one who wasn't able to originally was, I believe, Spunk. I believe he was far back, that he just crossed the start-finish line when the safety car came out.
Right. But I think unless Petit can be a wall, Sully is in a very bad spot. What is Petit? Okay. He almost went ahead of Sully there for a moment. You can see he's keeping close. Yeah, I think Sully has only one real hope, and that's it. But, oh man, he's going to have a lot of fast drivers on very fast and fresh soft tires. He is going to be under severe threat. He needs to defend like he never has before if he wants any hope of winning. But he gets a pretty good restart underway already. That is going to be a solid getaway. If he can build up a second gap on Petit, that'll already be a great start. And looks like he peacefully succeeded. Diego, he needs to get past Petit as soon as he possibly can. He can't allow himself to get held up for even a mere moment. And Sully will do his best to make a getaway. Looks like he's already doing that. Petit is defending on Diego here. Diego can't find a way through, and that is slowing him down. Not for long, though. Diego's going to get a good run of speed after turn 5. He's going to take an opportunity on the inside of turn 6. Manages to go in deep. Can he make the move? He does. And now he's on the offensive. Well, looks like Sully's wall didn't last very long, and he's probably not going to be in P1 for very long either. You can see Diego is already cutting that gap clean in half, and he's going to be continuing this pursuit. Trash, Petit, and Gary are all getting pretty close here. Don't go side by side through the S's. They're going to go side by side through the S's. Yep, Gary had no choice but to back out or risk a collision. I'm glad there was a little bit of wisdom there. And Sully, yep, he's already about to lose the lead. Diego is going to look for any opportunity he can to send it. Won't be able to just yet, but Trash sends it up a T to take third. Now we're going to be going on the penultimate lap. Sully needs to somehow keep Diego behind for 2 laps, which is going to be easier said than done. Yeah, he is managing at the moment, but I don't know if he's going to be able to do it for much longer. Diego's going to get a good run of Slipstream after turn 5, and that might be enough. Solar gets ahead of Petit as well to take 5th place. Kermit looking for an opportunity as well on the outside. Can't get through, though. He's going to have to remain in P7 for now. Now Diego's going to look for an opportunity to send it. Sully's defending very well. Dives into turn 6. That was a very bold move by Diego, but it paid off, and now Diego is in the lead.
What a move by Diego there.
That was very, very well executed. And that is good news for him. Championship leader at the moment, Gary, is stuck down in P4, but if he can gain a couple more positions, he still might be able to retain the lead of the Drivers' Championship, but only by a small margin.
Yeah, he needs to find his way up into P2 in order to retain the lead. If he gets onto the podium in P3, Diego would take championship lead by a single point.
It's going to be a very close going into the end, but here we go. Final lap, DRS will be enabled, but solely at this rate, he's not going to get it. Trash is already right behind him. Bumps into the back of Sully there. That's going to slow Trash down. He might get wing damage as well. I wouldn't be surprised if he does have damage. Oh, he's having to defend here, but now he's going to dive deep at turn 4. Can't get through just yet, but now he's going to send it again. He's looking for any opportunity he can to get through, but now he's not going to get any slipstream, and now Gary's going to look for an opportunity. Can't make it happen, though, but he is going to be able to take third. Now he's going to make a move for second around turn 7. Sully and Solar collide right behind, and Trash nearly forces Gary off the track, barely leaving him enough space. Spunk is out. And here we go. It's going to be double side by side in this turn. Gary gets ahead. Will he keep it for long, though? Solar and Sully are going wheel to wheel still. Getting close. Almost a collision. Gary is going to be under severe threat here. He needs to hold out. He needs to burn up all the ERS he has, because Trash is going to get a run of DRS. Can Gary keep a hold of second? No, he can't. Trash is going to send it on the outside. He goes very deep. It's going to be close across the line, but Gary manages to keep ahead. But wait, Trash is going to make a comeback here. It's going to be close going across the line.
Oh, what the heck?
Did he just, was that intentional? Did he
That
actually
was.
just?
He tried it. He tried to do that.
Did he okay, I may have missed that. Did he actually just
Yes.
jerk his car
Yes.
left and attempt to pit maneuver him?
Yes.
That is absolutely dirty.
That's disgusting. That's what it is.
I mean, Trash was racing hard the entire time, getting very close, but that, I mean, I don't think that's even ambiguous.
That takes the cake for all the moves. Ay, ay, ay. But
That was still an incredible finish, but ending with a little bit of controversy, to say the least. Diego, though, is going to be able to take another race win, but will not be leading the Drivers' Championship. If my math is correct, Diego will be gaining on him and close the gap now. It should only be actually about 2 points difference between the two.
precisely.
Gary will be ahead, and Diego only 2 points off. But Diego will be taking the race win. Gary second, Trash third, Solar fourth. That's going to be plenty of points for Avatari, as well as Williams for the sixth for Sully and Kermit. Pop 7th, Coda 8th, Pyrex 9th, Petit 10th, rounding out the points finishers. And then Spunk finished 11th, everybody else so DNF'd. That was a pretty interesting race with a controversial finale in the chat from Solar. Masterclass by Solar. Talk about patting yourself on the back. But that is going to be the end of the British Grand Prix. We'll be seeing you all next for round round 7 in Belgium. I was thinking of Belgium and 7 at the same time, kind of fusing together. We'll be seeing you all at the Circuit de Spa Francorchamps. I probably butchered that pronunciation, but screw it. Francorchamps?
Spa Francorchamps.
Yeah, I can already hear all the Belgians getting ready to absolutely murder me. But, yeah, that was an incredible race. We'll be seeing you all next week for Belgium. I've been Mock Mage, and I'll be seeing you all next time.